Have you ever felt stuck when trying to speak English, even after years of studying? You know the words, you understand what others say, but when it is your turn to speak, everything disappears. Your mouth freezes, your brain goes blank, and all you can say is, wait, how do I say this? It feels embarrassing, right? You might have tried apps, textbooks, and grammar lessons, but something is still missing. You have no one to practice with, no one to listen, correct, or reply. So you end up repeating the same cycle. You learn new words, forget them after a few days, and lose confidence again. You watch other people speak fluently and wonder, why can't I do that? You start believing that maybe you just are not good at languages. But deep down, you know that is not true. The real problem is not your intelligence, it is the lack of real speaking practice. You cannot become fluent by only reading or listening. You need to train your mouth, your brain, and your confidence at the same time. Just like muscles grow only when you move, your English grows only when you speak. That is why this video is made for you. In this lesson, you will learn how to practice speaking alone, even if you have no partner, no teacher, and no expensive tools. You will see how to turn your room, your morning walk, or even your mirror into your personal English gym. Step by step, you will discover a system that helps you build fluency from the inside out. Every part of this system is designed to help you speak English every day, even if you are completely alone. You do not need to wait for the perfect time, perfect words, or perfect partner. You can start right now with your own voice. Welcome to Fluent English with Radio, the channel where English becomes your daily habit and your powerful skill for life. Take a deep breath, relax your mind, and get ready to turn your silence into speech. Let's begin your transformation today. The real reason you're not fluent yet. Let's be honest. Learning English alone can feel frustrating, lonely, and sometimes even hopeless. You sit down to study, but there is no one to talk to. You memorize new words, but you forget them a week later. You listen to videos and understand almost everything, but when you try to speak, nothing comes out. Your mind goes blank, and your tongue feels heavy. It is like knowing the melody of a song but not being able to sing it. You can hear it clearly in your head, but when you try to perform, the sound just does not come out right. That is exactly how many English learners feel. Maybe you have tried joining online classes, downloading apps, or watching grammar tutorials on YouTube. For a few days, you feel excited. You tell yourself, this time I will be consistent. But after a while, motivation fades. You stop practicing, and the old fear returns. The fear of sounding wrong, the fear of being judged, the fear of trying and still failing. And because no one around you speaks English, you have no environment to keep practicing. So you stay silent. You wait for the right moment to start again, but that moment never really comes. The biggest challenge is not your ability. It is your mindset. You see English as a subject to study, not a skill to use. You focus on perfection instead of progress. That is why, even after years of learning, many people still cannot express themselves freely. Fluency does not come from grammar books or vocabulary lists. It comes from repetition and daily practice. It comes from training your mouth and mind to move together, from speaking even when no one is there to listen, Think about how children learn to speak their first language. They do not study grammar first. They repeat what they hear, make mistakes, laugh, and try again. No one tells them, "Stop, that is incorrect." They just keep speaking until words become natural. You can do the same with English. The truth is, you do not need to be perfect to communicate. You only need to be understood. And to be understood, you need practice. Real, consistent, spoken practice. That is why self-training is not just a backup plan. It is your best plan. Practicing alone is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of independence and power. It means you are taking control of your progress instead of waiting for someone else to help you. Now, let's talk about what happens when you start training yourself every day. 1. You build fluency through real action. Fluency is not something you memorize. It is something you create. When you speak out loud every day, your mouth starts to move naturally. Words flow faster. Sentences connect smoothly. Your English stops sounding like reading and starts sounding like real life. 2. You grow confidence because there is no fear of judgment. When you practice alone, there is no teacher waiting to correct you, no classmates watching you, and no pressure to be perfect. It is just you and your voice. That space gives you freedom. You can experiment with pronunciation, try new phrases, and make as many mistakes as you want. Every mistake becomes progress. 3. You develop muscle memory. Just like a pianist repeats the same keys to build speed, your mouth needs repetition to remember sounds and patterns. When you say something many times, your muscles start to remember. You no longer have to think about grammar. Your mouth simply knows what to do. That is how real fluency begins. 4. You start thinking directly in English. At first, you will still translate in your head, and that is okay. But the more you speak, the less you translate. Words will start coming faster, directly from thought to sound. One day you will realize that you just spoke a full sentence in English without planning it. 5. You increase your speed and rhythm. When you practice regularly, your speaking pace naturally becomes faster and smoother. You stop hesitating between words. You find your rhythm, your own music in English. People will notice that your sentences sound natural and confident, not forced or slow. 6. You learn to trust yourself. Every minute you spend practicing alone strengthens your belief that you can do this. You stop waiting for permission or validation. You stop thinking, "I need someone to help me." Instead, you start thinking, "I can help myself." That shift changes everything. 7. You turn English into a part of your daily life. Self-training teaches consistency. When you speak a little every day, English becomes part of your routine, like brushing your teeth or making coffee. It stops being a subject and becomes a lifestyle. That is the real secret to long-term success. When you begin to practice alone, you will notice something beautiful. The silence that once felt heavy becomes your friend. It is no longer empty. It is full of your voice, your effort, and your progress. You will stop fearing your mistakes and start enjoying your growth. You will no longer wait for others to push you, because your motivation will come from inside. Self-training is not about being perfect. It is about being brave. It is about showing up for yourself every day, even when no one is watching. That is where true transformation happens. Part 1. Build a mindset, not a schedule. Many people start learning English with a plan, but not with the right mindset. They say, I will study 1 hour every day, or I will finish this course in 3 months. But after a few weeks, they stop. If you see English as homework, your brain will always feel pressure. You will feel tired and bored. But if you see English as part of your life, you will feel natural and motivated. That is the difference between learners who give up and those who grow. Fluent people do not wait for the perfect plan. They build the right attitude first. They know that progress comes from belief and daily action, not from stress or fear. Think about it like this. If someone wants to lose weight but keeps saying, I hate the gym, they will never enjoy the process. But if they say, I like how exercise makes me stronger, they will start to feel different. The same is true for English. If you keep saying, I'm bad at English, your brain will believe it. But if you say, I'm learning and improving every day, your brain will help you move forward. Your mindset decides how far you go. A good mindset means you accept mistakes. You understand that errors are not signs of weakness. They are proof that you are trying. Every time you make a mistake, your brain learns a little more. Children do not speak perfectly when they start, yet no one stops them. They learn through play, curiosity, and practice. You can do the same. Start changing the way you talk to yourself. Replace negative thoughts with positive ones. Instead of saying, my pronunciation is terrible, try saying, I'm learning to pronounce better each day. Instead of saying, I always forget words, say, I remember more when I speak often. Words have power, and your brain listens to every one of them. Also, stop comparing yourself to others. Everyone has a different story, different time, and different speed. Some people live in English-speaking countries, others do not. Some have more time, others have families and jobs. The only person you should compare yourself to is your past self. Are you better than yesterday? That is all that matters. Let me share a simple example. Cristiano Ronaldo was not fluent in English when he first joined Manchester United at the age of 18. He was a great football player but had to start from zero with the language. He made mistakes, sometimes spoke with the wrong words, but he never stopped trying. Over time, he became confident enough to speak in interviews, lead teammates, and connect with fans all around the world. What made the difference? Not talent, not grammar, mindset. Now think about your own journey. You do not need to study for hours every day. You only need to live with English a little each day. Listen to music in English while cooking. Watch short videos and repeat a few sentences. Talk to yourself in English while driving or walking. These small moments build your English identity. Another helpful trick is to change your phone or laptop language to English. At first, it may feel strange, but soon your eyes and brain will start to think in English naturally. Small daily actions like this build powerful results over time. Remember this: people who succeed are not the smartest. They are the ones who keep going. If you can change how you think, you can change how you speak. So stop saying, I am learning English. Start saying, I am an English speaker. When you say it, mean it, feel it, live it. Your voice matters. Your effort matters. Every sentence you speak, even if it is short or simple, takes you one step closer to fluency. You are not just learning a language. You are building a new version of yourself, one that is confident, capable, and ready to connect with the world. Part 2. Talk to yourself. You are your own partner. Many learners say, I want to practice speaking English, but I have no one to talk to. This is one of the biggest reasons people stop improving. They wait for the perfect partner, the perfect teacher, or the perfect time. But the truth is, you do not need to wait for anyone. You already have the best partner with you every day. That partner is yourself. Talking to yourself is not strange or crazy. It is one of the most effective ways to build fluency and confidence. Think about it. When you talk to yourself, there is no pressure. No one is listening. No one is judging. You can speak freely, make mistakes, laugh, and try again. That freedom helps you grow faster than you imagine. When you speak to yourself, your brain gets used to forming sentences in real time. You start connecting thoughts with words. You stop translating everything in your head. You begin to think directly in English. Over time, your voice becomes more natural and your sentences flow smoothly. Let's look at how you can start. First, choose a comfortable time and place. It can be in the morning while you get ready, during your walk, or before you go to sleep. Pick a topic that feels natural, like how your day went, what you plan to do tomorrow, or what you think about a movie or a book. Then imagine you are having a real conversation. Ask yourself questions and answer them out loud. For example, good morning, how are you today? I'm fine, but I'm a little tired. I didn't sleep well. Why not? I stayed up late watching a show. It may feel funny at first, but keep doing it. The more you talk, the easier it becomes. A simple way to practice is with the 4W method. Choose one topic and answer these 4 questions. 1. Who? Talk about the people involved. For example, who did I meet today? I met my coworker, Sarah. She was very kind. 2. What? Describe what happened. What did we talk about? We talked about our weekend plans. 3. Where? Describe the place. Where did we meet? We met at a small cafe near the office. 4. Why? Explain the reason. Why did we meet? We wanted to finish our project before Friday. These questions help you organize your thoughts and make your speech logical. You can use them for any situation, like a trip, a memory, or even a dream. Another way to practice is to describe what you see around you. Look at the objects in your room and say them in English. There is a cup on the table. The window is open. I can see the sky. Simple sentences like these help your brain think in English without effort. You can also use your phone to record yourself. Speak for 1 minute about any topic, then listen to your recording. Do not focus on mistakes. Focus on how much you can say. You will notice progress every week. Hearing your own voice helps you become comfortable speaking in public too. If you ever feel shy or tired, remember that this is your private space. No one else is here. You can be yourself. You can sound funny, repeat words, or pause to think. That is all part of the process. The goal is not perfection. The goal is practice. The more you talk to yourself, the stronger your confidence becomes. You will notice that when someone finally speaks to you in English, your brain reacts faster. You will not freeze anymore. You will answer naturally because you have trained that skill. Think of self-speaking like exercising in front of a mirror. You are building muscle memory for your mouth, just like training your body at the gym. Each small conversation with yourself is a workout that brings you closer to fluency. And here is something beautiful. When you talk to yourself in English, you also build a better relationship with yourself. You start to hear your thoughts more clearly. You start to notice what you truly feel and believe. English becomes not just a language, but a mirror of your inner world. So today, talk to yourself for just 5 minutes. Tell yourself what you are doing, what you plan to do, or what you dream about. It may sound simple, but it is the beginning of a big change. Remember, confidence does not come from other people. It comes from your own voice. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Part 3. The Fluency Repetition System. Most people make the mistake of always learning something new but never repeating what they already know. They study new words every day, but after a week they forget half of them. Then they feel disappointed and think they are not improving. The truth is, your brain does not learn by seeing something once. It learns by repeating it many times until it becomes natural. Think about how you learned to drive a car or ride a bicycle. At first, you had to think about every move. It felt difficult and awkward. But after practicing again and again, it became automatic. You did not have to think about it anymore. The same happens with English. When you repeat words and sentences out loud, your brain starts connecting them with real situations. Soon, speaking will feel as natural as walking. That is why I call it the Fluency Repetition System. It is simple but powerful. Instead of trying to learn 50 new words every day, focus on repeating a few important sentences many times. Choose one short, useful sentence and say it aloud 50 times in different ways. Change your tone, your speed, and your emotion. For example, take a sentence like, "How are you doing today?" Say it slowly, then fast. Say it softly, then with energy. Laugh while you say it. Whisper it. Pretend you are talking to a friend or a colleague. Each time you repeat it, your brain builds stronger connections. You can use any short sentence that helps you in daily life. Here are a few examples to start. Can you help me, please? Could you tell me the way to the station? I need some help with this. Can I have a cup of coffee, please? I'm looking for the supermarket. Can you open the window? I'm sorry, I don't know. It's okay, don't worry. Can you speak slowly, please? That's very kind of you. Repeat one of these sentences 50 times today. Tomorrow, choose another one. But do not forget the old ones. Go back and practice them again. Over time, you will collect hundreds of sentences that you can use anywhere. Your mouth will remember them even before your brain thinks. That is real fluency. Repetition may sound boring, but it is the foundation of success. Every athlete, musician, and speaker knows this. They all practice the same move or line until it feels easy. Fluency is not magic. It is muscle memory. The more you repeat, the more confident and natural you become. So do not chase new words too fast. Master the ones you already know. When your mouth learns to move automatically, your mind will finally relax and English will start to flow naturally from your lips. Part 4. The 3X imitation technique. Listen, copy, speak. Reading and listening are important, but they are not enough to make you fluent. Many learners can understand English when they read or listen, but when it is time to speak, they freeze. Their brain knows the meaning, but their mouth cannot follow. That is because understanding and speaking use different skills. You can only train your speaking muscles by using your voice. One of the best ways to do that is through imitation. Imitation means copying the way native speakers talk. You do not just repeat their words, you repeat their sound, rhythm, and feeling. This is how children learn to speak naturally. They listen carefully, copy exactly what they hear, and then try to speak on their own. You can do the same with English using the 3X imitation technique. The 3X method has 3 simple steps: listen, copy, speak. Step 1. Listen. Find a short audio or video clip spoken by a native speaker. It could be from a movie, a podcast, or a YouTube video. The clip should be short, around 10 to 15 seconds, so you can focus completely. When you listen, pay close attention to how the person speaks. Notice their tone, their rhythm, their pauses, and their emotion. Do not just hear the words, feel the way they say them. Step 2. Copy. Now try to copy exactly what you hear. Say the same sentence with the same rhythm and energy. Match the pronunciation and emotion as closely as you can. If the speaker sounds happy, sound happy too. If the speaker sounds serious, copy that feeling. You can play the same line several times until your voice starts to sound similar. This step trains your ears and mouth to work together. It is how you build the natural music of English. Step 3. Speak. After repeating several times, pause the video and try to say the sentence from memory. Speak it as if it were your own thought. Do not worry if you make small mistakes. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to feel natural. When you can say the line smoothly without thinking, move on to another one. Practicing this way builds your confidence and helps you sound more natural. You will start to notice your pronunciation becoming clearer and your speech more expressive. You will also begin to understand native speakers better because you are training your brain to recognize patterns, not just words. The 3X. Imitation technique is not about copying forever. It is about learning the flow of real communication. Once you master the sound, your own style will appear. You will begin to speak with more expression and emotion, just like native speakers do. So start today. Choose one short video, listen carefully, copy with passion, and then speak from memory. Do it again tomorrow and the next day. Each small practice will build your fluency step by step. Part 5. Overcome perfection. Speak imperfectly. Many English learners believe they must speak perfectly before they start talking. They think they need to know every grammar rule, every tense, and every new word. Because of that, they wait. They stay silent, telling themselves, "I will start speaking when I am ready." but that moment never comes. The truth is, perfection is the biggest reason most people never become fluent. Fluent speakers are not perfect. They just keep speaking even when they make mistakes. They know that real progress starts when you stop worrying about being right all the time. Speaking English is not a test, it is communication. The goal is not to sound perfect, but to be understood. Think about how children learn to talk. They do not wait to learn grammar before they start speaking. They make funny sounds, forget words, and say sentences that make no sense, but no one laughs at them. Their parents listen, smile, and keep encouraging them. Over time, those mistakes become clear sentences. That is how language learning works for everyone. Every time you choose to speak, even if your grammar is not perfect, you are training your confidence. Your mouth is learning how to move faster. Your brain is learning how to respond in real time. With every small mistake, you are getting better. Imagine you're in a store and want to buy a smaller shirt. You do not need a long, perfect sentence like, "Excuse me, could you please tell me if you have a smaller size in this design?" You can simply say, "Small size, please," or "Do you have smaller?" The person will understand you immediately. The message is clear. You have succeeded in communicating. That is the real goal of language. Here is something important to remember. Mistakes are proof that you are learning. They show that you are brave enough to try. You can only correct something after you say it. If you never speak, there is nothing to improve. So do not be afraid to sound wrong. Be afraid of staying silent. Silence will never teach you. When you accept imperfection, you start to enjoy the process. You laugh at your mistakes instead of fearing them. You start saying things like, "Oops, that sounded funny, but I'll try again." That attitude is powerful. It keeps you moving forward while others are still waiting for the perfect moment to begin. Even professional speakers, actors, and teachers make small mistakes sometimes. They forget words, change phrases, or pronounce something differently. But they do not stop to apologize each time. They keep talking. The conversation continues and no one notices. The same can happen for you. Here is a small exercise to help you practice speaking freely. Pick a topic you like, such as travel, food, or your favorite hobby. Set a timer for 3 minutes and talk out loud about it without stopping. Do not think about grammar or correctness. Just speak. If you do not know a word, use another one. If you forget something, move on. The goal is to keep talking. When the timer ends, take a deep breath and smile. You have just trained your fluency. Do this every day, and you will see progress faster than you expect. After a few weeks, you will feel more relaxed. You will start speaking naturally without the fear that used to stop you. You will understand that communication is not about perfection, it is about connection. Remember, people do not care if your English is perfect. They care about what you say and how you make them feel. They care about your ideas, your kindness, and your effort to connect. That is what real fluency is all about. So from today, stop chasing perfection. Speak with courage. Speak with mistakes. Speak with energy and heart. Because every time you speak, you are building the confidence that no grammar book can teach. Part 6. The 10-minute morning practice. How you start your morning can shape your whole day. The first few minutes after waking up are powerful. Your mind is fresh, your energy is new, and your focus is strong. That is the perfect time to train your English. You do not need a teacher or a long lesson. All you need is 10 minutes each morning to make real progress. This simple routine will help you stay consistent and confident. Think of it as your daily English workout. Just like brushing your teeth or having coffee, it becomes part of your morning habit. Here is how to do it step by step. Minutes 1 to 3. Talk to yourself. Start by greeting yourself in English. Say, "Good morning" out loud. Talk about how you feel or what you plan to do. For example, "I feel good today. I have a busy schedule, but I'm ready for it." Keep your words simple. The goal is to wake up your mouth and brain together. Minutes 4 to 6. Shadowing practice. Choose a short video or audio clip from a native speaker. Listen carefully, then speak at the same time as the speaker. Match their tone and rhythm as closely as you can. This step helps you train your pronunciation and speed. It may feel hard at first, but it becomes easier with practice. You are teaching your mouth to move naturally. Minutes 7 to 8. Write short sentences. Take a notebook and write about one simple topic. It could be your plan for the day, your goals, or something you are thankful for. Write 3 or 4 short sentences in English. For example, "Today I will finish my project. I want to do my best. I am grateful for my family." Writing helps you organize your thoughts and remember new words. Minutes 9 to 10. Positive affirmations. Finish your practice by saying a few strong, positive sentences. These are short phrases that help you believe in yourself. Try saying, "I am improving every day. I am confident when I speak English. My voice matters." Say them slowly, clearly, and with emotion. These words will give you energy for the day and help you build a positive mindset. This 10-minute routine may seem small, but it can make a big difference if you do it every day. It helps you start the morning with purpose and discipline. It reminds you that English is not just a subject you study, it is part of your life. Many successful people begin their mornings with powerful routines. Oprah Winfrey, for example, starts each day with gratitude and positive statements. She believes that when you speak kindly to yourself, you build strength and confidence from within. You can do the same with English. You can also record your morning practice once a week. Listen to your old recordings after a month. You will be surprised by how much smoother and clearer your English has become. 10 minutes each morning may not seem like much, but small steps every day create big change. Make this routine your habit, and your English will improve faster than you think. Part 7. Daily Mouth Muscle Training. Your mouth has more than 100 muscles. Just like any part of your body, these muscles need exercise to work smoothly. If you want to speak English clearly and confidently, you must train your mouth every day. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to pronounce words naturally. Think about athletes or singers. They warm up before every performance because their voice and movement depend on muscle control. Speaking English is the same. When you practice mouth exercises, you build strength, flexibility, and speed. This training helps you speak without tension and with better sound. You do not need any equipment or special tools. You only need your voice, your mouth, and a few minutes of focus each day. Here is a simple 5-step routine you can start right now. Step 1. Warm up your mouth. Spend 1 minute stretching your lips, jaw, and tongue. Move your mouth in circles, smile widely, and then relax. Open your mouth slowly, then close it. Stick out your tongue and move it from side to side. This will help you relax your facial muscles and prepare for speaking. Step 2. Practice English sounds. English has many sounds that may not exist in your native language, such as teach, R, V, W, and Z. Practice them one by one. Say think, very, right, water, and zebra. Repeat each sound slowly and then faster. Feel how your tongue and lips move. This exercise trains your mouth to produce sounds correctly. Step 3. Speed training. Choose short sentences and say them from slow to fast. For example, it is a nice day. She sells coffee. Or, he works very hard. Begin slowly to pronounce every word clearly. Then increase your speed little by little. This helps you control your voice and improves your speaking rhythm. Step 4. Practice emotions. Now take one simple sentence and say it with different feelings. For example, I can do it. Say it happily, then sadly, then angrily, and then with excitement. This step helps you sound more natural when you speak English. It also makes your tone more expressive and interesting. Step 5. End with short conversation practice. Spend 2 minutes saying a few lines as if you are talking to someone. You can ask questions like, "How was your day?" or "Do you like coffee?" Then answer yourself. This final step connects your muscle training to real conversation. Doing this full routine takes only 5 to 10 minutes each day, but it makes a big difference. After a few weeks, you will notice that your pronunciation is clearer, your sentences flow more easily, and your mouth feels more relaxed when speaking English. Try to do this exercise in front of a mirror if possible. Watching your mouth move helps you understand how sounds are formed. Over time, your speech will become smoother and your voice more confident. Remember, fluency does not come only from grammar or vocabulary. It also comes from a strong, flexible mouth that knows how to move. Every word you say is a workout for your speaking muscles. The more you train, the better you sound. Your journey to fluency starts now. Learning English is not just about memorizing words or passing tests. It is about building a new skill that opens doors to people, ideas, and opportunities all over the world. Every small step you take brings you closer to that freedom. You have now learned a complete system to practice English on your own. You understand how mindset shapes your progress, how self-speaking builds confidence, how repetition strengthens fluency, how imitation improves your accent, how speaking imperfectly grows courage, how short morning routines create consistency, and how daily mouth exercises develop control and clarity. None of these steps require luck, talent, or expensive tools. They only require action. You already have everything you need: your mind, your voice, and your willingness to try again tomorrow. Fluency is not something that happens overnight. It grows quietly, one sentence at a time. Some days you will feel progress, other days you will feel stuck, but both are part of the journey. Even when you think nothing is changing, your brain is still learning and your muscles are still adapting. Do not worry about how far you still need to go. Focus on how far you have already come. You used to hesitate before speaking, but now you understand that every word you say brings you closer to fluency. That is real growth. When you practice, celebrate every small victory. Say to yourself, I spoke today. That is enough. Small actions repeated daily create big results. Over time, your confidence will rise, your words will flow naturally, and you will begin to feel proud of your voice. Remember that English is not just a language, it is a bridge between you and the world. It connects you to new friendships, new ideas, and new chances. The effort you make today will stay with you forever. So, take a deep breath and remind yourself, you can do this. You are already doing it. Keep speaking, keep smiling, and keep believing in yourself. If this video helped you, please like it, share it, and subscribe to Fluent English with Riadio. Our channel is here to grow with you, step by step, one word at a time. Your journey does not end here, it starts here. Stay consistent, stay curious, and stay confident. We will be with you every step of the way.